So Ekko is very, very overlooked at right now because this champion right here is still incredibly powerful. However, there are some things you have to keep in mind with his passive, with his ultimate that are very, very important. I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to master this champion. There are timestamps in the description to skip to the gameplay, but first we're going to be talking about how to build Ekko. Honestly, building Ekko is extremely simple, so I'm going to go through it really, really quickly. There are other builds, but I'm not gonna talk too much about them. Like, you can build Rod of Ages, you can get a Rift Maker, you can get Luden's Echo, whatever. I don't care because this is the best build. Like, Lichbane, Rabadon's Death Cap, Infinity Orb, Void Staff, Situational. Your first 4 items are gonna be this, and then your last item is gonna be Situational. That's it. You don't have to make it any harder for it than that. Your boots are either gonna be the Ionian Boots of Lucidity, the plated steel caps. I don't really recommend plated steel caps, but against full AD, sure. Or the Mercury Strats. Mercury Strats are extremely important if you need them. I really want to stress this, and I'm going to say it again. If you need, like, CC counters Ekko. Because, like, you cannot ult if you're stunned, rooted, or silenced, or anything like that. So having the Mercury Strats is extremely important if you need them. I'm saying if you need them, because, if the enemy doesn't have any major CC, obviously you don't need them. Or if they have CC that's very easy to dodge, like Lux's first ability, you can avoid it with your ultimate. So Ionian Boots or the Mercury Sweats, very important. For the enchantments, you go for Protobot if you want to be very aggressive. Like if you really need to reach their backline, or you're snowballing and you really want to be aggressive, you go for Stasis if you need a Stasis. You can even go for a Quicksilver enchant if the enemy really has a load of CC. Like if they have an Ash or something, you can stop the Ash arrow with the Quicksilver, right? Like if you need it, buy it. Don't avoid it if you need it. For the runes, Electrocute always. Here it's whatever you want. I love Gathering Storm because just the plain late game power that it has is really, really good. I see some people go for Hunt the Vampirism. I don't really agree with it. And then Giant Slayer is also extremely powerful if you're up against a lot of health champions. Like if you're up against a lot of champions that build a lot of health. And then here, I love Hunter Titan, even if you go for the Mercury Threats or not. Like even if the enemy has a very little CC, I just love Hunter Titan because you stack up the Hunter Titan very fast because you're an assassin. And having tenacity is just so good as an Ekko. Like you really don't want to have 0% tenacity as an Ekko. So that's why I love to go Hunter Titan. And here you either go for Hunter Genius or Sweet Tooth. If you have a rough lane, you go for Sweet Tooth. If you don't have a rough lane, you go for Hunter Genius. And for your spells, you go for Flash and Ignite. So yeah, that is it about the build. Let's now get into the gameplay. Alright, on to the gameplay. For this gameplay, I was doing something different. Because normally I always play Ekko in the mid lane or in the jungle. But in this game, I was like, let's just do it in the Baron lane. Let's see if it works in the Baron lane. So the question is, does it work in the Baron lane? The short answer is no, and the long answer is yes. The short answer is no is because in 80% of the games, I don't recommend it. The long answer is sure if you have like a lot of tanks in your team. Like you can see my team, Thresh and Nautilus, enough tanks. So we are lacking some sort of damage. That is why I picked it. That is why I picked Ekko. But as I said, the short answer is no. But if you feel it fitting in the draft, sure. Keep in mind, like I'm going to talk about how to draft Ekko. CC counters Ekko. Like CC counters Ekko. And champions that can very easily track your ultimate. Like if you use your ultimate and they very easily track it or avoid it. And enemies that can like chase you down even though you use your third ability. Those are the type of champions that counter you very, very well. Also, like if you look at Lee Sin, for example. If you use your second ability, Lee Sin is just going to kick you out of it and you're not going to be able to stun anyone. Sion, on the other hand, Ekko destroys Sion. Like Ekko hard counters Sion. You'll see in this game it's not going to be a perfect game, but Ekko counters Sion. It really doesn't matter how I play, what I do, Ekko counters Sion. Because you should almost never get hit by like a lot of damage of him. Because you can dodge it and you can avoid it so easily. Everything that Ekko has counters. Oh, I tried to do a flash combo here, but it didn't work. So what I tried to do, and unfortunately I failed it. If I hadn't failed it, it would have worked. He types a question mark in the chat. Ooh. Is flashing with my first ability. If I did that properly, it would have thrown it on him instantly, slowed him, and I would have been able to kill him. But unfortunately, I missed the combo, so I wasn't able to kill him. It is what it is, but I really recommend you to do these things. Even if you fail them, it's okay. How do you guys think I learned these combos? I'm gonna tell you one thing. I never do it in practice mode. Well, okay, now there's some exceptions. I did practice Camille and Fiora in practice mode. Maybe a few champions, but like generally I don't. I do it in ranked. Like I actually practice these flash combos in ranked just to be able to get the hang of them. Otherwise, you're never gonna improve. Like, if I didn't try that and just played like a... I'm not sure if that's a child-friendly word. If you didn't try that and you played like someone who's afraid, you're never gonna learn. You're never gonna get better. The way you get better is stepping out of your boundaries. And that is also some life advice that I have for you guys. It's not only in Wild Rift. Like, basically in Wild Rift, you have to try the flash combo. In real life, you know, you have to try go work out. You have to try do this business. You have to try ask this girl out. It's the same in Wild Rift. The successful players in Wild Rift are the ones that try out things. The ones that are not scared of anything. The ones that are not scared to fail. Same goes for in real life. It's very crazy how many similarities there are with in real life and Wild Rift. Right? Oh, here avoiding it with my ultimate, as you can see. I just got my ultimate and easy peasy kill. So getting out of your comfort zone, doing the crazy combos you never thought were possible, and failing them. I want you guys to fail them. Ah, why is he here? Maybe. Ow! I could have potentially killed him close. But yes, very important. So try it. It's not bad to die like that. It's even good. Like, I would say it's good to die like that. And the thought process you need to have, the mentality you need to have behind what I said right here is, if you look at, like, let's say you look at every game as like, I need to win this game. I need to win this game. You look at one game each. You don't look at the future. You don't look back. You only look at one game. If you only look at one game, you win one, you lose one, you win one, you lose one, whatever, right? You're only looking at this. You're not looking at progress or anything. But if you're practicing these types of flash combos and things, and you look at the bigger picture, you know, you're gonna lose more. The stairs is gonna go down. But then once you get the hang of those flash combos, of those crazy combos, of those diving plays that you never thought were possible, of those plays that you never ever would have made, but now you know how you can make them because you practiced, at this point, you're gonna start going up. You're gonna go up and up and up and up and up. Your journey is gonna look like this, while the other one's journey is gonna look like this. Or maybe just a little bit up. You know, if you play a champion a lot and you don't really try anything, you're gonna get better, but you're not gonna get better than the guy that keeps trying things. So look at it in the long term. You should not care about short-term rank. Who cares if you lose a game or 2 or 3, 4 or 5? If in the long term you can learn those combos, that's what increases your rank. That is honestly the secret of getting to high elo. I've made a lot of videos where I just fully explain these types of things. And I say this one thing in every video. It's called limit testing. And I just explained it a bit more because I thought it was necessary. I really want to pump it in your heads because incredibly important. If your friends laugh at you for failing these combos, it depends on what kind of laugh they're laughing. If it's just a funny laugh and you guys are you know, joking with each other, it's fine. But if it's them making fun of you, then these are not your friends. These are your enemies. These are enemies in disguise. Same goes in real life, by the way. It's the same story. Like, don't let people laugh at you for failing in Wild Rift. Because that's how you get better at this game. So, now let's talk about the game. I redeemed myself against this sign. I destroyed him 3 times in a row after he sent this question mark in the chat. So, I'm happy about that. Now I'm going to rotate to my team because I'm actually pretty ahead. I got a Lich Bane, you know, I got my boots. So, I'm going to be going to my team to help them out because I'm very, very strong. Like, I can help them get some kills. Ari? Boom. Nice. That's actually a really nice kill for me. That's a shutdown. I didn't really deserve that kill, but I picked it up anyways because, like, you know, I'm part of my team, so I'm picking up the kill. So, as an Ekko, you don't just want to focus on the dragon in a situation like this. Exactly. Use your second ability. I was just going to say that and I did it in a game. Use your second ability to zone away enemies. And not just zoning, you can even surprise them and kill them. Like, let's say the enemy jungler wants to try to steal it. I'm going to use my second... Oh, what I did here, by the way, I actually used the teleport boots just to go on him and not allow him to do a lot of damage to my turret. So I bought teleport boots just for this purpose. But what I was talking about is use your second ability on the place where you think the enemies are coming. If they actually walk into your second ability, you dive them and you destroy them. If they don't, it's okay because you zoned them away. He walks into my stun for some reason. I do have my ultimate still, but he just wasted his ultimate, so that's good. And also as an Ekko, you constantly have to pay attention to where your ultimate is, because you can make some crazy plays with his ultimate. Like, you always need to pay attention. Like, hey, wait a minute, can I click on my ultimate now and destroy their backline? Because look, you see, I could click on my ultimate and go on him, but I wouldn't heal up because I didn't take any damage. So it wouldn't have been worth it in this situation. I stunned him. I have ultimate again. The problem of me ulting now is I would not have any mana. So that's why I'm not doing it, as you can see. I was baiting him here because Annie was coming. Like, I was backporting right there, so he would walk up to me because Annie was rotating. If you hadn't looked at the map, then I suggest you to go back into the video because that's what your eyes have to be on as well during your laning phase. If you see that your mid laner is coming, you bait, right? You have to bait. And the way that I baited here is I was just backporting with like 10 HP, right? Not 10 HP, it's much more, but you know what I mean. With like 10% HP. Oh. I'm trying to use things to like body block and whatever. And he gives me an amazing shield and I actually survive. And he gave me that amazing shield and I survived because of it. By the way, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like. Really supports the channel. And a comment, blah, blah, blah. Subscribe, blah, 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 blah. You know, the standard stuff. Okay. Ekko is a late game champion, by the way. Like, before level 5, you're weak. You're really weak. Like, really, really weak. You're extremely weak. You can only really use your first ability. But that's the beauty of Ekko, though. You can play it safe and use your first ability to take minions and farm waves. Like, he actually has good wave clear with his first ability. And you don't have to step up to the lane. Like, if you look at Zed, for example, or Katarina, these champions have to walk up to the lane to farm. And Fizz, for example. Ekko doesn't. Ekko... that was a misclick. That was a misclick. Ekko can just use his first ability to farm the wave. Easy. So you can play very, 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 very safe and you'll be fine. You'll be totally fine. And then when you get to the late game, of course, the game changes. Like, you're going to start one-shotting their squishies. When you finish the Infinity Orb, which is his third item, you're going to start one-shotting squishies. Because Ekko's, when you hit 3 abilities on an enemy, you'll do the bonus damage, right? And with an Infinity Orb, if you're able to do that bonus damage while the enemy is under 35% health, you'll one-shot them. And another thing that's amazing about Ekko, if the enemy is under 20% health, your basic attacks will do even more damage to them. So you can even destroy tanks. Like, if a tank is at a low amount of HP, because it's percentage HP, so the more HP they have... I sent him the question mark. The more HP they have, the more damage you'll do to them as well. And barriers don't help against that. So Sion, for example, if he's under 20% HP and uses his second ability to get a barrier, I will still do the bonus damage to him. Because a barrier is not the same as HP. So you'll still do a bonus damage. Bonus damage. I have teleport this game, by the way. Remember when I bought teleport earlier on? So I was thinking about using it here. So I'm using it just to go to their backline here because they're pretty low. They're you know, they don't. I can try to kill them, right? Like, I can try to go on the vein. Flash, come on. Boom, 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 and boom. Nice. Very, very nice. That's what I mean. Like, you just use your 3-skill combo and you'll destroy the squishy. Beautiful ultimate, by the way. Made sure that I hit the Sion as well with that ultimate. And we're just destroying them. Second ability, by the way, you shouldn't always try to use it to, like, stun enemies, right? It's actually really good just for the barrier as well. Like, if you just need to get a quick barrier so you can go in and fight, because you get the barrier for like a few seconds. So just use your second ability on top of yourself. That's also an okay thing to do. Obviously not ideal, because you do want to put it on the enemy. But if you're extremely low, you can put it on yourself, get the barrier, quickly go in and finish off an enemy. Like, that's also a way that you can use Ekko's second ability. Ekko's third ability, by the way, can jump over a lot of walls. Just so you know, you can jump through thick walls as well. So use it to avoid enemies or use it to chase enemies by jumping over walls. Here you can see, you know, use that second ability of yours to tank up the Rift Herald. Or if you want to tank up a minion wave, use it. Just use it. Like, that's a really good way of using it. Here you can see the bonus damage with my basic attacks that I'm doing. And that's because the Rift Herald is under 20% HP. Like, you'll even do bonus damage to Heralds and Dragons. Boom, boom, boom. Third attack. I can ult here. Unfortunately, my ult did not hit Lee Sin. So I'm gonna die. Yeah. He couldn't run out of it because he was slowed. The slow of your first ability is massive. So oh my god. The 3-man Annie bear. I keep saying it, by the way, but like, in my opinion, Annie is like broken. I never see people play Annie, but whenever I play Annie, I win. Like, I don't know if I'm stupid or anything, or if I'm just good at Annie or whatever, but Annie feels so broken to me. Same story with Sona, for example, right? Like, Annie and Sona feel so broken to me, but like, no one plays these champions. So that makes me think, like, am I just delusional? Am I just not understanding? Or am I just good at these champions? I still believe it. Like, I still believe that Annie and Sona are like utterly broken, but I don't know. I keep making videos about them. Actually, I've only made one Sona video, I think. Oh my god. I played like 100 games of Sona, and I have, I know, I have a win rate around 70% with Sona. That is not balanced. I just want to tell you guys that's not balanced. Let's take a look at here. He does have a hull breaker, but I'm using the barrier just to soak up some damage. And he's running away. Whatever. He can run away. I don't care. He can run away if he wants to. I'm just going to push. My Gathering Storm has stacked up a lot as well. He's pushing the mid lane, which kind of sucks. It's a good move from him. Maybe I should actually go mid lane. It's oh, I have Herald. I remember. I have Herald. That's why I was pushing the lane. Yeah. I have Herald. Boom. Charged into the turret. That's good. I could try to steal their red buff, but it's honestly too risky, so I'm just gonna go back. Another thing Ekko can do, by the way, and that's also a thing because of my teleport. If you teleport home, buy an item and use your ultimate, you're gonna come right back. Same story with this teleport. If I use this teleport to help my team in a team fight, I have like 4 or 4.5 seconds. I'm gonna do it here. Look. 1, 2, 3. Back. See? You can do things like this. So you'll go right back to your lane and you can continue farming. I just helped my team. They killed the Vayne because I helped and I went right back to my lane. It's like I'm totally fine with this. You see that? Those are all things Ekko can do. And now that I have the Infinity Orb, I'm going to start one-shotting their squishies. Because as I said, this is the moment where you'll start to one-shot their squishies. Because you have so much ability power, you know, with the Lich Bane, with the Rabadon's Death Cap and the Infinity Orb. And of course, the bonus crit damage when the enemy is low. So when you hit that third shot on the enemy when they're under 35% HP, you'll one-shot them with it. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. If they're under 35% health and you proc your passive, which is the third shot, guaranteed, like you'll kill them. Guaranteed. So you do have to try, to aim on the low health enemies with Ekko. Because you'll one-shot them. You'll literally one-shot them. And Ekko can dive so unbelievably deep because he has his ultimate. You know, you don't have to use his ultimate for the damage. You can just one-shot someone in their backline if you find the opportunity and go right back in the middle of your team, heal up with your ultimate. So those are all uses that you can have as well. And the enemies cannot do anything about it. Only if they hard CC you, you're going to be in trouble. Like, I was looking at Vayne here. Like, if I go on Vayne, I can kill Vayne. Although Vayne is a bit annoying because she can condemn me into the wall, but if I do it fast enough, she's not going to be able to. Also, there's like 2 combos before you go onto an enemy. The first one is you throw your first ability and then you dash with your third ability. The second one is you dash and then you throw your first ability. If the enemy is very mobile, I recommend using third ability and then first ability, like Ezreal or something. If the enemy is not mobile, I recommend using your first ability to slow them and then you go on them with your third ability. Because they, like, if they're not mobile, they're not gonna dodge it, right? Let's see. I was paying attention to Ahri here. Look at this. Boom, boom, and this is what I mean. I didn't even need the Infinity Orb. He was at like 36, 37% HP. So the Infinity Orb didn't even crit on him. But you can see I didn't even need it. That should really show you how much damage the Infinity Orb truly does. And if you proc that third shot, if the enemy is at a low amount of HP. Like, that's how, like, it's just crazy, crazy damage. It's like my team may even end the game here. Let's see. Yeah, they could just end the game. Christian's Reflector is going to be my next choice because the enemy is like almost full AD, so... Well, they do have an Ahri, but they're... Actually, no, they're not almost full AD. Doesn't make sense. They should be able to end the game. Yeah, there it is. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's take a look at how much damage I did and everything like that. Like we always do. Ooh. Alright. 21,000 damage. Pretty good damage. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.